Hello, dear friends. Welcome to this program, Our Moments with God, our moments with the Word of God, our moments with the love of God, our moments with the mercy and compassion of God, as well as our moments with the holy ones of God, the saints of God. And not to forget our moments with our own inner self, our spirit, where God and His love can be found and where God abides. And if we can lift this soul where God abides to what He speaks through His word and His sayings, then certainly we will experience a growth in our spiritual life. Thank you. And as you have noticed that these past few days, I have been taking advantage of my tour around India and asking our SVD conference and others as well to share the word of God with us. And today I have the Emeritus Professor of Theology from Jnanadeepa Vidyapith, and he did his doctorate in Germany, Father Mohan, who will be sharing with us today the reflection on the readings. Welcome, Father Mohan.
Dear friends, the first reading today is taken from the letter to the Hebrews, chapter 4, verses 12 to 16, and the gospel is from Mark's Gospel, chapter 2, verses 13 to 17. In the first reading, we hear about the power of the Word of God. Words have tremendous power. Word is the most powerful medium with which we express ourselves and we contact with others. Words can harm and hurt. Words can give hope and life. Words encourage and uplift. Word strengthen and renew our lives. The word of God spoke, and thereby the world and you and me came into existence. The more we open to the Word of God, we experience the power, the strength, and the grace of God in our lives at the depth of our hearts. Our beloved founder, leader, and father, Saint Arnold Janssen, knew the power of the Word of God, and therefore he called the society that he founded as the Society of the Divine Word. And we, the members of the Society of the Divine Word, are proud of our name because our name identifies our mission. The first reading also introduces Jesus as the high priest who can sympathize with us, and he is the throne of grace. We can approach this throne with boldness and experience God's unconditional mercy and power. What has been said in the first reading of today has been illustrated in the gospel. Jesus calls the tax collector, and we see the power of the word of Jesus. Jesus looks at the Levi and tells him, "Follow me." He leaves everything, his position, his power, his place, and follows Jesus. The Roman employee is being transformed through his response to be an apostle, evangelist, and he experienced the power of the word, and therefore he communicates to us through his gospel the power of the word of his master. Further again, we find at Jesus' time, it were the disciples who went to the master with a request to be admitted. But on the other hand, in Jesus, we find that he goes out to the people. He reaches out to his disciples and calls them. That shows Jesus' tremendous power and the amount of faith he has in the people whom he calls. He believes in us and therefore he calls us to follow him. Jesus in the gospel says that he has come to call the sinners. The physicians need, and excuse me, the patients need the physician. And in that context, Jesus says, I've come to call the sinners, those who are humble, those who know their vulnerability, can approach the throne of grace, Jesus Christ, our Master and Lord, and experience the power of His Word in our lives. We have been called to follow in His footsteps, to share the power of His Word with others by proclaiming Him in word and deed. Thank you. Is
So
it too long?
thank you, Father Mohan, for this wonderful reflections on the Word of God. And as you mentioned, that our founder Arnold Johnson was so fond of the divine word that he mentioned or named our society the Divine Society of the Divine Word. I'm sure people will gain a lot from your reflection. Thank you very much.